Hello and welcome to another Thursday's Travel Talk with Travel Time. We've been bringing these informative sessions throughout the last 18 months or so to help you with filling your bucket with all of the bucket list items that you would like to do for travel when you're happy and safe and feel safe to travel again. Some of us are already doing so, and very safely, we might add. And we'd like to bring you some more details about some of those experiences and talk to you about a special group project that we're working on to bring you extra value add for a celebrity cruise in November of 2022. Joining me today as special guest is Wanda Smith-Sparks, who is one of our team members here at Travel Time, and she is spearheading this group project, along with Maxine Gunderman from Celebrity Cruises, who is the expert that is going to bring us many of these information. So welcome to both of you ladies today.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Wanda and Maxine. Maxine, I know that you have been doing some traveling recently, as have I. So just give our readers a little sense of what that has been like.
Absolutely. It felt so good to get back to it. I know everyone, whether you're in the industry or not, we love, as Canadians, we love to travel. So this summer, I finally was able to get going. I got my double vax and flew down to Ecuador to do our Galapagos expedition cruise on our brand new ship, Celebrity Flora. And that was spectacular because it's a small ship, expedition. It's all about the animals, and I felt really safe and secure. And then this past month, just at the end of September, I then did my first Caribbean cruise since the return to service. And so what's really interesting is we have sailed over 50,000 guests already. We have 8 ships operational. We've been sailing since May. So it's been really great. Highest service scores of history. It's a little bit of that pent up energy of everyone wanting to get back to it, and the crew being so happy to get back to it and to have the guests on board again. So it's a really magical time to be cruising and feeling really safe, being able to not have to wear masks on board because everyone is vaccinated and tested, and it becomes safer than our own communities. It felt really good.
Yeah, safer than the grocery store, especially in some parts of Canada. I've had the pleasure as well. I did a cruise around Bermuda in September, and that was absolutely a fabulous experience and reminded me actually that how much I love cruising, how much I love that experience of unpacking once, but seeing different things every day. And that whole service, the service on board a cruise is fantastic. And that just it made me want to peruse all of the cruise websites and all of the itineraries that's possible to do for sure going forward. And I know Wanda is anxious to get back to cruising as well. You're muted, Wanda.
Yes, sorry about that.
There would never be a presentation happen anymore without that "you are muted" line coming through.
Cruising is, as many people know, my favorite way to vacation. There's nothing else that I would rather do than get on a cruise ship. And I watched Maxine's lives every single day while she was away. And it was amazing to see how the cruise lines have adapted and changed, and the policies that they've put in place to keep people safe. It's been amazing. I can't wait to hear more about it, Maxine.
So with that being said, I know that we have some great plans in store, and we do understand here at Travel Time that everybody will have a return of comfort levels at different times. We're okay with that. Even among our own team members, we're seeing the same thing. Some people, such as myself, have already traveled multiple times and feel perfectly comfortable and safe doing so. Obviously, with all the protocols and safety measures in place, it's all very important. But whenever you are ready, we're ready to help you plan that bucket list destination and cruise itinerary. That being said, don't leave it too long, especially with the options that we have, some of the things that we have been publishing in our Great Cruise Finds Facebook page. Some of that have incredible rates for 2022. And a lot of times it has a refundable deposit option. So you're not going to be in a situation where, you know, you change your mind for any reason and it's something you're tied into. We like that flexibility as well. It puts us all in a better position, but it also ensures that you're getting the very best value, best room category, best itinerary, everything along with your preference, as long as you haven't left it too long and you're just picking from what's left. So that's our line, and that's what we find holds true for the cruises that we help our clients select. So Wanda has put together a great itinerary, and it's for all the way in November of 2022. Comes through with refundable deposits, as we just mentioned. So there's actually zero risk involved with holding space on this cruise, but you ensure the very best rate by booking soon. So Wanda, maybe you can give us a little recap of that.
Well, it's our first time putting together a group for ladies only for wellness. And we all know that after the last 18 months, there's nothing better than a group of ladies getting together to support one another, to help one another, to do activities together. And so we chose, after getting together with our team, we chose to do our first one on the Celebrity Reflection in November of 2022. And I say first one because I think it'll be the first of many, many, many in our future. We chose the date to be November of 2022 because it gives people plenty of time to prepare, for a little bit more time to pass to get in that comfort zone. And right now, Celebrity is offering the amazing perks, and maybe Maxine would like to jump right in and tell us about those perks and bonuses that we've put together for this particular itinerary.
Absolutely. I am very excited to share some details about this cruise you've chosen, because you have done all the planning in advance, and your passengers, your group, is going to reap the benefits. So I did want to share that with everyone. You know, we were talking about how safe it is to cruise, and we've been sailing since May now. So by the time we get around to November of 2022, you're gonna feel so great, you know, knowing that everything is open, all of our venues on board, and choosing Celebrity. We are a very highly rated fleet of ships for you to choose, and you've chosen a beautiful ship indeed. So the Celebrity Reflection is the name of the ship, and you've chosen that November 22 date, and you have a great opportunity. I love that it's a ladies' wellness retreat, because there's so much that the ship can offer, yet we're also packing in 4 beautiful destinations as well. So here's a look at the ship. Now, this is what we call a medium-sized ship. It's about 2,900 guests in capacity here. And with that, you get actually a larger ship with fewer guests totally. So you have the most amount of space and the highest service of anything possible. So with that, you're going to fly down and join the ship in Fort Lauderdale. And there's that date again, November 20th to the 27th. It's a 7-night cruise. So you're going to fly into Fort Lauderdale, and you're going to sail from Fort Lauderdale, quick jaunt to the Bahamas, to Nassau, down to Jamaica in Ocho Rios, over to Grand Cayman Islands, and a final stop in Cozumel, beautiful little island off the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. So with those 4 ports, there's so many different things you can do. What kind of traveler are you? Do you like to just retreat and vacate to your own private cabana, a beach break? Do you want to have more adventure, snorkeling, scuba diving? So this is a place called Pearl Island in Nassau, Bahamas, but there's also amazing culinary tours you can do, adventure tours if you want to be on the water. You can walk right in the main town of Nassau. There's a beautiful fort. There's the Queen's Staircase is also an iconic destination in the Bahamas. Then down to Ocho Rios, one of the most famous and one of my favorite things to do is visit Dunn's River. You can actually walk up Dunn's River as well, and really, Jamaica is so lush, so beautiful, and Ocho Rios is a beautiful day. Then Cayman Islands is very well known for their white sand beaches, crystal clear waters, wonderful snorkeling. If you wanted to do catamaran sail, scuba diving, lay out on, the famous 8 Mile beach. And then, you're getting into Mayan territory in Cozumel. You can spend the day in Tulum or Chichen Itza, see the Mayan ruins. There's cenote underwater caverns, all sorts of different adventures to be had. So choosing what to do in destination is one of the most exciting things, because even if you've been to these places before or not, there's a million different ways to spend your time. And you find that you maximize your time in destination a lot more on a cruise than if you were on land at a resort. So here's how that 7 days plays out from Fort Lauderdale. You get on board the ship, hopefully nice and early, 11 or 11 a.m. or noon, just in time for lunch. You set sail in the afternoon. It's a beautiful sailing. You go straight into dinner, into the evening activities, the theater shows, and you wake up the next day in Bahamas. So just like Lois was saying, unpack once, but get all of these different destinations and the luxury of the onboard experience. So it's not until Tuesday do we then have a full day at sea. In fact, we only have 2 sea days on this entire cruise because you have those 4 ports of call. And I love my sea days just as much as I like those destinations, because the ship has so much to offer. Your ship, Celebrity Reflection, is a ship that has real fresh grass on the top deck of the ship. 16,000 square feet of usable space, bocce ball tournaments, croquet, mini putt, picnics, and beanbag toss. Outdoor dining. There's 2 restaurants up there, a rooftop a grill here, the Lawn Club Grill, and the porch, which is seafood and beautiful experience outdoors as well. The cabanas. We have our large outdoor pool deck area, but we also have an entire adults-only indoor solarium space as well. Beautiful large pools, hot tubs, loungers, day beds. You're maybe like to be doing the fitness classes and the wine tastings. There is 1,000 different ways you can spend your time on board as well. And just to finish off here, it is the perfect time to book. We have the most incredible sale on right now. In fact, it's for any of our 2021 and all of our 2022 sailings that you're getting an additional 20% off. So if you are putting your refundable deposit down before November 1st, you are getting in on this deal. The group price for this exclusive group is already significantly lower than if you were to take this exact same cruise by booking it online or booking it individually on your own. But with that extra 20%, the difference becomes $980. $980 lower the savings that you're getting by booking with Travel Time versus booking on your own. So that's a significant amount of savings. And that is if you are putting down a refundable deposit by November 1st. Now, keep in mind, you don't actually pay for the rest of your cruise until 3 months prior to departure. So for this November cruise, you would be making your final decisions and making your final payments in August of 2022. So you put your deposit down now and you have still so much time and flexibility to continue to make those final decisions. But one thing that Celebrity Cruises is well known for is having all of your drinks, your tips, and unlimited Wi-Fi included with your cruise. Now, Wanda has put together obviously the best value, the best experience. So that is a balcony stateroom. So you have your private ocean view with your own private veranda, a king size bed or 2 doubles, of course. The configurations can vary. And you're getting the most beautiful environment and amenities with that stateroom. And then all of your drinks are included on the cruise. So alcoholic and non-alcoholic, you start with your bottled water, your sparkling waters, your specialty coffees, your fresh squeezed juices and your sodas and pops. And then you're getting into your cocktails, your spirits, your beers, and your wines. So all of that is covered, plus all of the service gratuities are covered, and unlimited Wi-Fi is also covered. There's additional ways you can get onboard credits and other amenities through the wellness group as well. So you are fully taken care of by the ladies at Travel Time, and we are really excited to have you on board.
So
Wow.
I had an email today, and the email said, do I get my meals and entertainment with the price of the cruise? So I think we just need to put it out there and say, you get your cruise, your meals, your entertainment, and let's do a review of what Maxine talked about. You get to have a refundable deposit. You get to have all of your drinks, your Wi-Fi, your gratuities, all included. And we're going to throw in onboard credit as well. That's right?
You got that right. Absolutely. It really is all inclusive, and more so, the resorts got that title early, but now you're taking a cruise that has 5-star dining, amazing theater production shows. You go to the main theater. Those who've never cruised before, I think they get the most wow factor when you realize the caliber of the entertainment, the talent, aerialists. Last week when I was cruising in the Caribbean, you're seeing these hand balancers and the aerialists on the silks and amazing musicians from around the world. It is second to none. I can't stress it enough how much entertainment you have into the evenings.
And one of the huge points that you made as well is that the deposits are refundable. And we understand that if people are booking for a year in advance, especially with the year we've just been through, we understand people's hesitation. But really, to get the best price and the best options on this cruise, you do need to book this far in advance, no question. And if you're doing that with a refundable deposit, there's zero risk. There's small admin fee to make a change that Wanda will discuss with you when you're booking. But other than that, your deposit is fully refundable. I didn't mention at the outset that if anybody has questions, they can put them in the chat and we'll answer them live here. So I see that there have been a few questions put in, so we'll go through some of those. Somebody's asking when the 2023 cruises will be released.
That's a great question because I have the answers. We just released today Alaska of 2023. We also released Australia for 2023 into 2024. And next week, we are releasing Europe of 2023. And I've gotten a little sneak peek, and you're really gonna like these new itineraries for 2023.
And they heard it here first, right?
That's right. Heard it here first.
There's also a question there about people with mixed vaccines. I know there's been quite a bit of chatter. I know in our Great Cruise Finds group that question has been asked a bit. So we've been providing information there as it comes up. And I know there's been different evolve progress and things on that. So can you speak to that for this?
Absolutely. Us Canadians, we're very familiar with the different combinations that we had access to. So we as a cruise line have worked through a lot of them. Naturally, 2 doses of anything is accepted on all of our cruises, including AstraZeneca. We've always accepted that. And we know that some are called Oxford and some are called Covishield. They're both still AstraZeneca as the manufacturer, so that's interchangeably acceptable as well. Then we examine the mRNAs differently. So Pfizer and Moderna, we do accept both of those interchangeably as well. So you could have one of one and one of the other, and also be accepted to cruise. And so the last piece of the puzzle, we know there are many Canadians who have first dose of AstraZeneca and followed that with a second dose of something else. Now, the CDC has not recognized that yet, so we're hoping and waiting to see any advancements there for cruises out of the US. However, for cruises not from a US port, we do accept AstraZeneca mix. So if you wanted to do an adventure in the Galapagos, for example, we absolutely accept all fully vaccinated guests. But when it comes to those US ports, starting in Florida or even an Alaskan cruise out of Seattle, that's still one piece of the puzzle we're waiting on.
But there's been progress, and we've watched things evolve and progress move forward with this. So if it's not the answer that you want right yet for cruising out of the US, just stay tuned. Is my advice. I think that we're going to see this evolve and progress made on every count for this.
I certainly tend to agree with you, Lois, that all the cruise lines and Celebrity has been a leader in the changes, and we expect to have acceptance of this last piece of the puzzle sooner rather than later. So yes, we stay tuned and wait for the updates.
And the last question I see here right now is about the size of the ship. You mentioned that the 2,900 passenger was medium, so just give the range for what people can expect on the different sizes of ships.
So Celebrity Cruises, all of our ships are medium to large. We do not build those mega ships. So the smaller ones that we have are about 2,200 guests, and these are the ocean liners. The Galapagos cruises ranges from 16 people to 100 people. Very, very small yachts in the Galapagos. But when it comes to the ocean cruises, we have 2,200 guests, 28 to 2,900 guests, and we're just building another ship next year that will be 3,000 guests. But other cruise lines can have 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 passengers. I think the largest ship in the world is 6,400 guests on board. So that's where you're seeing that even when the ships look large, like the Reflection, it's all in the public spaces so that you can have 12 bars to choose from, 10 restaurants to choose from, big production shows and entertainment and shops and spa and theater and gym, but still not having lineups or crowds or feel like, you can go to the pool deck and have all the space. So it's a perfect balance.
Mm-hmm. So I just want to reiterate as well, like for this group space, like Wanda has gone through the details of this with me a few times, and it's very impressive that for the price point that she has for the ocean view balconies in our special group rate, it includes all of those things that you mentioned with the Wi-Fi, the drinks, and the gratuities. But you're also giving 20% off the regular price right now. And she's also including, if people book now this far in advance, it comes with at least a $200 onboard credit, I understand. And
that's right, Lois. It's an amazing offer. And I think probably the biggest piece of the offer is absolutely zero risk.
right.
It's a refundable deposit and $530 to hold the stateroom. Celebrity will hold it for you as long as we have a name attached to their stateroom. And it's absolutely zero risk. It's an amazing offer.
So after November 1st, you lose that 20% off. And once we're inside of 10 months, you lose that $200 onboard credit. So those two things, and that's well over $1,000 value, correct?
So let's throw those dates out there, maybe, Lois, to remind people. If they book before November 1st, they qualify for the 20% discount. Mm-hmm. If they book 10 months prior to departure date, they get the $200 onboard credit. After those dates, those wonderful perks disappear.
Yes.
And that's, 900 plus 200, that's an $1,100 value. That's amazing. And because, Lois, our team led by yourself, because we are virtuoso, there's also a $90 onboard credit through Virtuoso.
Don't forget that one. That gives a specialty dinner value on board, which is an amazing experience in itself.
Yeah.
There's a question there regarding gluten. If somebody is gluten-free. Maxine, would you like to take that question?
I would love to. I'm really proud that we are the cruise line that can take care of all dietary restrictions possible. We have a very, very strict protocol. We use DineAware, where it's a separate kitchen, it's a separate workstation. So even in the main buffet, the biggest feedback I get, especially for those gluten-free or vegetarian, is how many options are readily available even in the main buffet. So if it was the main dining, we would work with the maitre d'. Depending on the level of severity of an allergy, you could be approving the menu the night before every day so that you are getting not only just, what's offered, but we can cater the specific menu to you. So really great, really, really proud that any dietary restriction, we are very, very great at providing and being flexible there.
Another question is about room service, about if there's any cost involved if somebody wants food delivered to their room.
Our room service is complimentary. I love the breakfast. The breakfast, you do need to plan in advance, but it pays off. You're going to order your breakfast room service the night before. And it's just a little, card you hang on your door, and I just check off all the boxes. So fresh squeezed juices, smoothies, eggs, baked goods, croissants, coffee, whatever you want. And it's a specific 15-minute window that you can choose to have it delivered. So do you want it between 7 and 7:15, 8 and 8:15, and then knock on your door? They actually give you a little bit of a courtesy call, maybe 5 minutes beforehand, saying we're down the corridor. Are you ready for your breakfast? And then they'll bring it into the room. So complimentary, also for lunch, snacks, dinner. There is a late night menu. I think maybe after midnight that there would be a $3 service charge, something like that. But for all of those regular hours, you can do room service.
I'd just like to speak to some of the itinerary options on this cruise as well. Wanda's group is hoping to do in one of the ports, and we're considering this will be in Jamaica, that we'd like to do some kind of a give back experience. We know that the ladies that will be involved in this cruise and enjoying this wellness retreat will also have the spirit of giving back. That's a given. We're women. And that's, we speak to that quite sincerely. And it just happens that travel time is all women as well right now. So, we would love to join in with the ladies who will be part of that group and also contribute. Now, the details of this will be worked out, but we do have contacts in Jamaica through the Sandals Foundation and Island Roots, which is part of Sandals. And we plan to put together an event which we're not sure exactly how it will look at this point, but those details will be firmed up closer to, but it will be a give back experience. So it will be either in the, probably it could be school supplies that we'll take to a school and donate, or it could be like feminine hygiene products for teenagers who are underprivileged. And that is a real need in the Caribbean across many places that we've been notified of as a choice that we can stand behind that and help out and give back to the community in this way to empower women. The women that are young and coming behind in some of these islands that would speak to all of us, I think. So Travel Time will definitely donate in kind to what the women on the cruise will be deciding to do with that day in port. And we think that will be a very meaningful part of the whole exercise in the wellness retreat.
Thank you for bringing that up, Lois. It's something that's near and dear to my heart. It's something I totally agree with you that women in general really like to give back to their community, and it does make you feel better when you do something to help someone else. So it's part of wellness to be able to give, to help. So I am so looking forward to that component of our wellness retreat. The details are yet to be worked out because we're so far off from the cruise at this point, and we have to make sure that the islands themselves at that time, that we meet all the criteria for going onto the island and doing the presentations and such. So the details are still being worked out, but yes, it's definitely part of this wellness retreat.
Yeah, and that part of the whole planning gives me a lot of excitement, I guess, for the whole event to take place and for all these ladies who will. We've done that as a team in various destinations before, where we've taken things we've brought from here and collected and donated in destination, and it does a whole lot. You're enjoying your trip and your cruise and the connection with the other women and the whole cruise experience, but that day where you're able to take the things you've donated and give to people who are really appreciative of it, that will be the topper of the whole event for sure. So yes, we're really happy and excited to be part of that.
And of course, I'm also working with Maxine to put other events and activities in place. We've already started communication on some options that may be available. So we're working out the details of all the activities and hope to have all that put together sooner rather than later, but it's a work in progress.
So that is all the questions we have. Hopefully we've given a really good overview of what this experience will be about. Somebody says yoga. Yes, that is a great idea. And that could be something that will definitely be part of the experiences on board.
Just picture yoga on the lawn club with that fresh grass. In fact, we have yoga mats. You can take the mats out to the grass, do maybe a sunrise salutation, yoga experience. That is definitely something that can be arranged.
You gave me a chill. The hairs on my arm started to stand up. It's an amazing opportunity. And yes, Julia Sparks, yoga on mats up on the cruise ship with the sun coming up would be an amazing experience. So it is definitely an option.
So that is our time for today, and I would really like to thank Maxine for joining us. We agree. Somebody's comment that her excitement is contagious, and we really like the picture that you've been able to paint and the sharing that you've done here for us in planning this group. But even for celebrity cruises overall, like I've done a number of celebrity cruises myself, and I can't recommend that experience highly enough. It's definitely something that has an itinerary and an option for everybody that's listening in for sure. So whether the women's retreat is what you're looking for or it's something else, members of the Travel Time team would be happy to work with anybody who is looking for a choice for their vacation for 2022. And we certainly all look forward to our time when our time comes to travel again, for sure. And thanks to Wanda for putting this group together. I'm sure this will be a smashing success. And Maxine, we may call on you again for more updates as time goes by.
I'm
I'd
available
like to thank Maxine
anytime.
before she leaves for all her help and guidance in putting the group together. And I look forward to our future communications in finalizing the details.
Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.